welcome to another episode of Real Estate Insight. And this morning I'll be sharing with us on the topic financial planning, budgeting, and forecasting. So by myself, Olusegun Adebusore is my name. So I believe we're going to gain a lot today. That's what I believe. This is not really a kind of a new topic. I believe we are familiar with this topic one way or the other: budgeting, forecasting, financial planning, be it an individual or a corporate body. So to the next slide, let's quickly look at budgeting and forecasting. They're actually interconnected processes used to guide an organization's financial direction. There is no way you're talking about financial planning that you won't make mention of budgeting and as well forecasting. When you budget, it's a kind of a financial plan, and there is no way you do that without forecasting, projecting what the future looks like. So let's go to the next slide. So I gone with this small quote by Winston Churchill. It says, plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. No matter how the plan is, no matter how little the plan is, it's very, very important in our daily life. We want to, inject that into our business lives, into our project lives, and also our financial investment as well. So let's look at planning. Planning defines long-term goals. Budgeting allocates resources to achieve those goals, and forecasting projects future financial outcomes. These processes are crucial for informed decision-making and ensuring a company's financial health. When you say plan, you are actually doing a kind of long-term projection. It could be short-term or a long-term projection. How do I achieve something? Now, financial planning is the process that enables a business to determine how it will fund and achieve its strategic goals and an objective. So you need to sit down, how do I actually achieve these goals and objectives? I believe you already set goals, you set an objective. How do I go about it? That is what brings about the budgeting and the forecasting as well. These are tools that are actually interconnected, interrelated together. So budgeting is the process of planning company's expenses and revenue for a period of time, and as well forecasting is the process of using past financial data and current market trends to make educated assumptions for the future period. There is no way you want to forecast that you won't make use of previous data. Then you now need to correlate it with what is going on in the market. That's the more reason why we'll go for market survey, go to the market, go and know what's trending, what's actually going on in the market before you can actually go by doing your forecasting. So let's move to the next slide. Financial planning, budgeting, and forecasting are crucial for effective business operations because they provide a roadmap for financial stability, risk assessment, and informed decision making. By using these tools in combination, businesses can plan for financial stability, identify potential risks and opportunities, and improved overall financial performances. So now even the Bible says it, if I'm not mistaken, Luke chapter 14 verse 28. It says that if you want to build a house or a tower, it says you should sit down and count your cost. So that is where the planning comes in. You need to sit down, calculate your cost, know your risk involved so that you won't absorb more risk. Because by the time you absorb more risk and it's well down, what you're supposed to get, it will surely affect that business, and the business will dive into cessation. And you're supposed to have the notion that, oh, my business is a going concern business. So whatever risk that I am taking should be very, very way less, not to be high, in order for me not to run into bankruptcy. So that is the essence of planning, budgeting. Calculate your cost, look, project the future. How much is the revenue that we made last year? Then let's set standard. Oh, so this year we are increasing it by 10%, by 20%. How much is the percentage of expense that we incurred last year? Then okay, in order for us to incur more expense this year, let's try to increase our revenue this year as well, so that it will not affect us. I believe I am communicating. So that is the essence of it, so that you will be very, very careful not to make a wrong decisions. And these are tools that work together. And the plan for financial stability, identifying potential risk and opportunities, and also improve overall financial performance of an organization. So I move to the next slide. Now let's look at the focus of financial planning. Financial planning focuses on determining and mapping out a business long-term financial goals and objective. Long-term is from 3 years above. When you're saying short-term, it's just like a year. So 3 to 5 years financial goal. That is actually the focus. You are mapping out your business long-term goals, long-term financial goals and objective. Then what is the purpose? To create a framework for the business financial direction and strategies. For example, setting growth targets, determining investment strategies, and outlining capital needs. You need to see it. Like in case of Adbond now, we have some expenditure we call recurrent expenditure. We have capital expenditure. The capital expenditure is like adding more assets to the properties you have. Like we are building my country home now, which sooner or later will become, what we are actually what we bring a kind of return on investment for us. We are still investing. As we are spending money there, we need to calculate what will bring more money to us. What will bring more money to us? And don't forget that as we are spending as well, we need to think not to spend more, and it will now boomerang. It will affect the business. So this is the essence of the financial planning. So we'll go to the second one, budgeting. You see down, it focuses on creating a detailed plan on how the financial plan will be carried out on a monthly or annual basis. There is no organization that doesn't work with a financial budget. You might decide to adopt different method. It could be a zero-based budget. It could be an incremental-based budget. But you need to work with something that will guide you so that you will not overspend. And when you overspend, when your expense is actually more than your revenue, what will happen? It will affect the business one way or the other. Then what is the purpose? To allocate resources and manage finances in a way that supports the achievement of the financial plan. Don't forget, we have a plan, we have an objective, and how to actually navigate to achieving our plans is the major thing. So we need to look at where we are heading. So look at examples now. Okay, setting revenue targets, projecting expenses, and managing cash flows. So that's on the part of budget. Then we go to forecasting. Like I told you, that forecasting has to do with you projecting, the future. So it focuses on the historical data and analysis to predict the future financial outcome. How will the future looks like? So if I'm spending so amount of money, then automatically I will be getting a ripple effect in the future. That is the essence of it. In the banking industry now, you look, how do they create more money? We are depositing, they use our money to create more money. How do they create more money? Do you think it's only the bank charges that is? No. They have some people that actually forecast for them like this. they project. This is a good investment that you will put your money, and in so time you will get so amount of so percentage of return. That's how they create more money. They give loans, they give overdraft to people, they create more money. So it is very important for us as well to also project the future, see it. But mind you, it is not the higher risk investment. We need to weigh our risk so as not to affect us. So the purpose is to refine projections and make sure informed decisions about future resources allocation and strategy. And also examples like projecting sales, estimating cost, and also anticipating cash flows needs. It is need for us to anticipate. Then, so what are the importance? I decided to just map this out because, to be sincere, this is actually a can I say 3-in-1 topic. But because of our time, I decided to just make it short, and so that we can just tap little. So financial planning is a topic on its own. Budgeting is a topic on its own, and while forecasting as well is a topic on its own. So look at the few importance of financial planning, budgeting, and forecasting in business operation. So you have informed decision making. So forecasting provides insight into future financial performance, allowing for informed decisions about investment, expansions, and other strategic initiatives. By the time you forecast well, you can make good decisions. If you forecast very well and it turned out to be good, you can make good decisions tomorrow. Because I believe when you are not having a favorable return, it will surely affect you. So it is when you have a favorable return that you can decide, oh, let me invest that money into something else so that I will get a ripple effect. Then we also have competitive advantage. A well-developed planning and forecasting process can foster a more disciplined management culture and provide a competitive edge. So this is another importance. So a well-developed planning and forecasting process can foster a more disciplined management culture and also provide a competitive edge. So with a good planning and forecasting, it will make you to be more disciplined, sincerely, on how to spend. So if you don't have something guiding you, you will overspend, you will overdo, which might affect the business. It might affect the business. Then we also have financial planning. So budgeting helps companies plan for financial stability by outlining expected revenues and expense. I think we did that last year. Was it August, September? We did our budget, and this is the total amount of revenue we are expecting for the year 2025, and this is what the percentage of expenses that we are expected to incur for the year 2025. Then we also have goal settings. It quantifies the financial direction the company wants to take, helping to achieve the business goals. Like I said, you have something that is guiding you so as to achieve your business goals. Then we have resource allocation. Budgeting allocates resources to various departments and activities, ensuring efficient use of funds. Just like what we practice here, we monitor based on working with our budget. We make sure that, okay, this is the social amount of expense that's supposed to be incurred in this department. We don't go beyond that, because we are being mindful of where we are heading to. And also we have performance measurement. Budgeting creates a baseline to compare actual results against, allowing for performance evaluation and adjustment. It gives room for us to compare the previous report, sit down, then we do a kind of performance evaluation and make some adjustment. Then we have future prediction. So financial forecasting helps businesses estimate future financial outcomes based on historical data and assumption. Just like I said, our historical data, our previous data, they are not wasteful. So we still refer to them, we make use of them. And risk and opportunity identification. So forecasting helps identify potential risk and opportunities, enabling proactive decision making. So there is no business, there is no investment that doesn't come with risk. But be mindful that we need to weigh our potential risk, and just to be mindful, to be careful, so that it will not affect the business at the end of the day. So, okay, now this is a kind of a small budgeting template, and put it that way. So you can see one budgeting done right, you can see one budgeting done wrong. So before I ask the question, maybe later after the point of view, so this is actually a template of how a budget looks like. Just a small, it's not really a comprehensive budgeting template. But if you look at it, you will sense that something is wrong. I know some of us will look at it, what is actually wrong? Not minding the heading, budgeting done wrong. Not minding that. If you look at it, you can sense, oh, what is wrong? You can actually look at that. Okay, to our next slide. Okay, now a financial plan enables you to choose investments that align with your risk appetite, while also maximizing returns. The plan helps you choose suitable options that offer the potential for optimal growth over time, ensuring you achieve your financial goals. I think the whole thing is boiled down to you have where you are going. How do you navigate to get there? You need some expense to incur. You need some money, like fuel in your vehicle. How do you get there? On time. And in order not to waste much of fuel too. So one needs to be very, very careful. You don't spend more. And altogether, you make more. You don't spend more. So you spend less and you make more, so that you can actually get to where you are heading. So, okay, for any questions, for comments, for suggestions, you can actually you can comment on our YouTube channel, on our platform. So thank you very much for having me.